do a quick, very, very quick intro of me, joined today by not Fish, and those are the wrong way around, so I edit those shortly. I'm joined by Alex. I haven't had you on for a while.
No, it's been a while, but it's good to be here. Looking forward to it.
And
Playing some more Opus 26.
Yeah, we're straight back off the trip into Scotland, so we'll cover that shortly. I imagine we'll get Connor on to have a chat about his success, but otherwise absolutely. We're going to quickly jump into the game. So we've got... Oh, that is not updated. I am terrible at this. And I'm hoping it's the right way around. It is not, damn it. But luckily there's a quick switch button.
I got the deck names the wrong way around there, but we do have Mason playing Mono Wind and Paul Fallon on Verstale, leading off with a Cindy.
The perfect, or close to a good start. It's getting you the two cards you want here in Verstale and you got the option of Regis or
he's shiny swapping out the Verstale there. And his second choice is going to be an Arden. 2 tenants of the deck though.
So going straight in, that Arden, definitely the namesake of this deck, in that it's just going, I would like to just draw 3 cards.
A little bit of a gamble, but...
I'd play 2 characters, yeah.
Let's see what Mason can come up with on turn 1.
So he doesn't have anything to follow up on turn 1 though, it is just that.
No, he hasn't gone all in on the Verstale on turn 1 there.
Let's get the Verstale up for everybody to read.
Gone for a Riku, probably looking for a backup. He did find one in Mog 11 though.
So just top deck, hoping for something that he needs.
It's possible. I think that there is a Siltskin in his hand at least, so he did have access to a backup there at least.
So Siltskin and Moogle 11 in the backup line, but obviously that Moogle 11 worried of getting frozen out.
And there it is.
Nope, going straight in. So that Verstale probably coming in this turn unless there's no ICP in it. Oh, he's just drew Renoa.
Yeah, I'd expect to see it now. I'm interested to see how this matchup plays out really, because Mono Wind's a deck that we haven't seen down here at least for quite a while. There's the Verstale. We're going to look at the top 5. Take 3 cards that cost 5 or more. Nice powerful draw engine. So we've got an Arden, Zodiac, Unai, Shantoto, and another Arden.
So I think you just ignore the Shantoto, right? Because it's never a card that's one of the most cards you're never going to play from hand. Oh, the camera appears to have frozen there. There we go, it's called up.
So he's gone for double Arden and Unai there.
Oh, I guess he just wants to play the Arden. He has got a Larsa in hand, which is ready to go.
There's an Arden in Break Zone already. So maybe he was conscious about...
losing too many.
Exactly. Because if you send them to the bottom, it's going to be hard to fish out later on.
It's the fire CP in hand ready for him to play it as well.
Yeah.
So going in, I assume this is on the Larsa?
It is,
just draw 3. Draw 2, sorry.
A couple of cards here.
Is there anything he's going to draw, or is he just going to pass here and let Mason take a turn?
Shoot it over to Mason. He's looking at his LB there, see what he's got.
The amount this deck draws, like you think you're playing things that cost 6, and you still end up with so many in hand.
It's not uncommon to have 2 backups, 2 forwards, and at least 3 cards in hand afterwards.
Well, that was my game against when I was testing a little bit with Jacob earlier. It was like I played 2 backups and 2 forwards turn 1, still finishes with 3 in hand. And I'm like, how do I deal with this?
Well, Mason was looking at his LB, and he has got one. I hasten to call it good, but Death Gaze does kill 5 drops, and this deck is full of them.
Do you want to pay 7 for a Death Gaze there?
Well, maybe, it might be the final piece of removal you need to get through. But instead he's going to play an Atomos and then play the Stiltskin, untapping 2, and are going to go looking for a monster or a forward to cost 1. There's a few choices in the deck. There's Evray, there's Belgamine, one of the newer ones, and of course Luso as well.
Yeah, definitely playing more of a slow setup-y game.
Yeah, he's gone for the Belgamine. Now Belgamine's quite good here because if you're able to get those 3 summons off, it doesn't really matter the size of the forwards that Paul might be able to cheat out. They're going straight to the bottom of the deck.
Yeah, is it 3 casts and you just bottom deck?
3 summons.
3 summons, I mean, and you just bottom deck 2 forwards?
3 forwards.
3 forwards,
yeah,
Jesus.
So if you pay 2 summons, you get 2 4k pings on 2 forwards.
Which is,
yeah, that's not really what we're getting excited about here. But yeah, being able to bottom 3, and as well as the advantage you're hopefully accruing off your summons, that's a pretty big game. He's fished out a Nash off a Norstalin here.
Oh, it's going to break in some backups.
Yeah.
But I suppose the only one you want to hit here is the Cindy. You don't want to touch that Larsa, give him free draws.
Exactly. And looks like what he's gone for. So that Cindy's hitting the bin. And now Mason's developed now, so he's got his 4 backups and he's got his engine online with Atomos, but I think he is empty-handed, so he's going to be drawing blind. But Mono Wind is pretty resilient at doing so.
Just
He's always got the LB as well.
Just at the misery of whatever Paul draws here. Is that the right Nash?
That's the one, yeah.
Cool. That's an okay tap effect as well, just to break it back up.
Here we go, Rinoa. It's going to flicker the Vestale.
I'd like 3 more cards in my hand, please.
Sephiroth, Vanille, Shadowlord, a Theodore, and a Charlotte.
So Theodore, pretty useless here because there's nothing currently in Mason's hand, and the Charlotte you can't pay the ICP for.
No, Theodore's one of those cards you really want to be flipping into with Arden rather than... Unless you're desperate for ICP.
Yeah.
Let's go for the Shadowlord, the Vanille, by the looks of it.
I don't even know what that Shadowlord does. It's not the Earth one, I don't know it.
So he's gone for Shadowlord, Vanille, and Sephiroth there.
So Sephiroth I know is like a discard 2.
Yeah, the Vestale deck
or opponent discards 2.
Does have quite a few more esoteric cards in it that don't really see play outside of this deck.
I want to see the Arden, but Mason Keeley breaking the back up to prevent Paul from doing it. He's got the Ultimation. You just slam it down, right?
I mean, Ultimation is a bit of a backbreaker here.
Mason's just going to draw 2 and then go pass.
Well, the interesting thing about it is that Monowind both really suffers if you freeze all of their backups because you're so desperate for resources, but the deck does have a bunch of ways of being able to untap them anyway. So if Mason has an Asura, we can be right back to where we were.
Yeah, on the case of him drawing though, like it would be both his cards in hand for the Asura.
It would, yeah. So in a situation like this, I would expect to see Mason just suck it up and pass.
So just
but
if
your opponent, your Monowind opponent, is kind of going off, so to speak, or has the resources, then a dull and freeze of like that, which may not be enough to slow them down. What you want to be doing is doing it on a turn where they're developing. Being able to take them off that turn is
if
really
you set them back one turn, you're just there like
exactly. Okay. You need to get in before they get under you, basically.
I don't hate holding it as well because obviously you would be missing out on the discard as well. So there's additional value you want. But that 7k Renoa holding the board is.
Well, yeah, Mason doesn't really have much pressure at the moment. But
is that all 3 Ardens in break zone now, though?
Yeah, it is.
I see 5 drop fire cards, but so Regis is the only way it's coming out now.
Yeah, but that is the important part, though, is that it can come back out.
Yeah.
So it's not the end of the world to having to discard them. It's also, you can still play without it. You're able to, draw so many cards, you have enough resources to play your big threats.
You just keep chucking down big things. So Luso ramping into, I forget what the wind backup, free backup is called, but Carpenter.
Yeah, and that would give Mason his 5th backup then.
Yeah, completely ramping on curve, especially with this.
And Paul isn't really presenting a fast clock. I think Mason does have the time here to...
He can take the 1 or 2 points of damage a turn
easily,
here.
But, Monowind is a deck that, left to its own devices, will pretty handily crush most things.
Well, it's also that thing of you never want to put them damage 3 unless you're going for the kill, because then the Atomos goes...
Yeah, the Atomos activation on its attack trigger is pretty powerful, especially if you've got a Rosa or another activator in play.
And a nice untapped 2 there from the Atomos, because it's still a cast even though the card's free.
Absolutely.
The Emperor, probably not the LB you want to play. It's not loads of searching. Obviously Thornton.
Yeah, the difficulty with the LB from Monowind is that there's only a couple of quite high impact limit break cards. So unless you're starting to play Moogle backline, which can tap for Earth and gives you access to some of the more powerful LBs from Earth, the Monowind ones are a little bit more situational, a little bit less impact.
I'm not against just holding it for the ace here as well, because
Ace is the big one.
As soon as the ace is hitting 9k, you're basically clearing Paul's board.
Ace is the ace in the hole, so to speak. It's definitely the one you kind of want to save your LB for.
Yeah.
That being said, cards like Zidane against certain matchups, if you're playing against a mono water opponent, for example, being able to mill 2 in a game that's likely to go on and drawing a card, you're able to chip in with a couple of points of damage here with its pseudo unblockable text. That
Zidane will be unblockable against this.
Exactly.
Because everything costs too much.
So there's certainly scope for that. The likelihood of hitting 2 cards of the same element against
this is low.
It's low.
It's very low. Yeah.
It's not 0.
No, that is true. I'm still surprised to see that Ultimation hasn't come out. I feel like this is the turn.
He might be waiting for a turn where he's able to
paying
really apply a lot more pressure.
So it is the Regis coming out.
But that's been hit by the Fina to stifle that ETB ability.
So that Regis tried its best.
But here's some damage. Oh, he's going to draw a card off an Alexander EX burst there. I'm just being a big 9k though. It's going to hold off the any of these small little
pokes through from
Exactly.
Mason. Yeah, I'm yet to see that Regis come in at a damage 5 effect. I want to see it play 2 things.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you late game able to play an Arden and a Fishdale, for example.
Yeah, so I'd like to draw 3 plus the fact that I'm going to recycle that. But that is a good point. The Fina should be removed from game there. I'll quickly run over.
It should be. Yeah. Okay, so Mason and looking at his options here, he's got a few cards in his hand. I could think there was a Rosa and a Dryad. But we're just going to get that cleaned up. There we go. Fino is gone.
There we go. Just not that you're really ever going to recur it in this deck.
No, but it is important because of cards like Dryad that require...
Count the amount that you've got in your
Exactly.
break zone and things like that. Yeah.
So it's good to make sure we've got...
Good catch on that one. Thanks for that.
Yeah, nice one.
So, yeah, Mason's kind of just fine taking this as slow as he needs. Just build up whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't have forever though. The Fishdale deck can...
Oh, the Arden turn can just be like, here you go,
Exactly,
deal
it
with
can
this.
deploy a lot very quickly, and if you're able to hit, you know, an Ultimecia and something else.
There's also that win still Zidane isn't exactly great here because you can't afford anything. Well, you could afford it, but a lot of it's not great.
You say that, like, there's certainly stuff that, if you're able to cast, can be pretty powerful. There's a lot of very, very strong...
Like 9 Lev and things
Exactly,
like that, but you don't really want to steal, like, Verstales and
No, there's a lot of cards that would do very little, but if you're able to hit one of those more powerful cards, you can completely change the texture of the game that way.
So we are counting break zone here.
So, 5 here to
the
cast
Citra.
Citra, the
God,
one
that is a
non-wind card in the main here.
Is it at 1 now in a lot of decks, or is it still at 2?
No, it's usually at 1 these days. You're able to find it with one of the MOG backups. I believe it's MOG 13, maybe, I can't remember, but it searches for an FFB.
Oh, yeah. I think it is MOG FFBE.
Maybe that's it, yeah. It's all the MOGs have, you know, very similar names. It looks like
and he's casting the new Alexander?
Opus 26 Alexander, yeah. So you can dull 2 wind forwards you control to cast it for free. Obviously not an issue here because Citra
just
means you can pay it without its cost. And it can break a character of cost 5 more. So it can hit backups, but he's gone to the Regis here. The biggest thing in play. So it means that...
I guess that is also... That's 2 of them gone.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Let's a rewind here. Yes, we do have 2 light characters here already. We'll fix that up now. So that Regis needs to be back in play as well. So yeah, I think we're back to where we were now.
I'm not going to lie, I have done that.
Yeah, I think, you know, when you're
the light cards hide amongst each other.
Absolutely, especially one's an LB, one's from deck.
Yeah.
You're
like, oh, there's only one light card in my deck.
Yeah,
no, there isn't.
Going on. Both, you know, we also missed it. So thank you to YouTube chat for letting us know.
Yeah, at least that was an easy rewind as opposed to somewhere it's like you got to rewind like 4 turns of stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. There's no extra cards drawn or anything off the summon. It would have just been
shuffle the deck back in and go.
Here's Ultimecia. So we're going to get a lot of Dull Freezes here.
So did you just hit the backups? The forwards I don't really...
Yeah, the forwards are pretty inconsequential at this point. There's not enough of them that you're liable to just get killed on a backswing, for example, if Mason's able to clear your board with an ace or a Luso or some other one.
That Ultimecia is going to be pretty hard to shift for Mason as well, because you're either going to have to do ping damage to it, because it's an 8k.
Yeah, there's a lot of the removal in the win deck is in the form of either a summon or a board wipe off your forwards. But Luso already being in play, so it looks like he's gone for the backups.
Yeah, you're also
have to discard a card there,
ignoring the fact that Citra's in hand, just leaving that
Luso
there now. You're like, yes.
Mason recognizing that the Dryad here is pretty inconsequential. He's going to block.
Now I'd like that Luso to go away.
There we are.
I'm not sure if this is the mono win list from Glasgow, but I imagine that's Mason's taken a bit of a look at it.
It's very similar. There's a few cards difference, but There's a couple of summon different. I think the forwards are very similar from the top 8. I think they might be almost identical. Same with the backups, but I think there might be a couple of summons different. But it's very, very similar.
Yeah, because I think those deck lists were on Materia Hunter a couple of days ago, and I know they were posted on FFTCG today. So.
Yes. To be fair, looking at it, the mono win deck list hasn't changed a lot in recent times. It's pretty baked in. It's usually just very small upgrades than big changes.
Well, it's kind of that thing of like, what win card do they have to print for it to supersede a lot of
well,
what,
that's
what
thing.
exists?
Yeah, you know, when it comes to mono wind, which is using the quote unquote storm mechanic, you really need either things that can do that job better than what you've already got, which is a bit of a hard ask, or fill a role that you don't really have. So Belgamine, you've only got one in there because you don't really have room to change much of your main deck, but it does give you removal that isn't based on damage.
Because that was the thing, like, a lot of mono win players are complaining when playing against Warriors, because like, they put Yuzuki down, and I looked at the board and went,
exactly.
Cool.
I can do 8k that does nothing with my Lusos and my Aces.
Yep.
So yeah, Belgamine is...
because that thing is, like, you print LB Ace, and you're like, in a lot of other elements, this card would be really cool, and with mono wind, it was like, well, just Luso.
The ace, however, is always there.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
It's the immediate
don't get me wrong, it's expensive, it's costly, it's LB3, but also if it does stick around, it is card advantage.
Yeah, it's drawing
unless you
hit the Citra.
Citra on top of your deck. So Citra here, Mason looking his
Probably
options.
the same Alexander. The only thing you cannot shift here, though, is the Ultimecia, because she's got that protection from summons.
But also, you might not even want to shift it in a way, because if Paul's able to replay another one, he's got enough stuff in the break zone to be able to just lock you out for another turn, which would be pretty awful, considering that Mason doesn't have a Rosa on board to really get you back to where you were.
Or
Atomos can only do so much, especially if you've already got all your backups tapped.
And Paul just keeping him at damage 2 as well, not putting him to that damage 3 for the Atomos trigger.
Paul's either waiting for
the wide turn.
Yeah, or something like a big, Leviathan Lord of the Wall to clear out a bunch of blockers and then go in. Mason losing
casting the Asura, it looks like, to reactivate everything. And then
Chokomog.
On the stack we're Chokomogging. So this is the one that does damage based on the amount of characters you have?
Yes, and then if you control a Chocobo and a Moogle, you draw a card. But I think we've only got Moogle.
Is it one or the other, or does it specifically need both?
Sure it means both.
Let's have a look. That is a summon I've not seen cast very often.
Yeah, it pops up every now and... That's the one. It pops up every now and again.
And oh, you get a card draw.
Yeah. It's a nice little card.
Yeah, it's a Keeley, I assume, just missing the Chocolate.
Or Fat Chocobo, yeah.
Or, yeah.
There's a couple in the deck.
Man, that win backup line has been so set for so long.
Well, that's what I was saying, when how these deck lists don't really change that much, is because unless it's, either filling a hole that the deck doesn't have, like Belgamine. So here's that Zidane we were talking about earlier.
Or is it going to be double ice? It's not double ice.
But it does remove another Ultimecia and I believe the second Leviathan there. But to continue my point, the win backup line is, when you have these cards like Nash that are a little bit more niche or provide an effect that doesn't have a bunch of different versions of it, it's very hard to find slots for things to try out.
Yeah.
Which is why we've only seen currently one quote unquote new card in the Opus 26 Alexander.
Yeah. Is the Fina in hand? No, apparently not.
Here we go. Here's Arden. Break 2 backups. Larsa will draw a card, and we're gonna roll the dice. That's a big hit. Asura and another Larsa. So it's gonna be a draw 3.
Oh no, that 8k power reduction is bad because it's both ways.
Oh,
yeah, that's not optional.
It at least won't kill the Ultimecia or the Regis. So the Arden.
Oh, we're losing.
The Arden and the Rinnower are going to go away, and then I believe all of Mason's forwards should go to the break zone.
They are going, right? All forwards other than Asura lose 8k power. Yep. This is basically board wiping here.
Mason being called out for using ChatGPT to cheat. But yeah, his minus 8k to the board, so he's going to draw a bunch of cards as well. So that was a good turn for Paul. Lost 2 more inconsequential forwards. As you're going to be able to replay. Well, it's going to be hard with the Idolus and the Regis in play, but in theory you could get those back later.
Yeah.
And here comes a bunch of damage.
That Asura, like 4k power reduction is actually enough to take out some wind cards.
Well, yeah,
they are
the wind
small
forwards
enough.
are either tiny or big. There's kind of no in between.
There's no like 7ks normally. They're all like.
But at the same time, you know, losing some blockers is pretty important for Mason. But he didn't lose any engine pieces. It's not like he lost a Rosa or Zidane. You know, not the LB Zidane or something that is actually going to create advantage over time. It was a bunch of stuff that kind of came in and did its thing, and then was just sitting around blocking. He still has his Atomos as well.
And it's up this turn.
And he's on damage 3, so he can get an activation. He'd probably have to sacrifice it, as that Asura would almost certainly just eat it.
Why not block it?
But he's got a bunch of cards in hand. Let's see what he can produce here. I think there's a couple of backups in there that might not be doing much.
Just remind me, like, why is Lena not in this for Stel deck? Does it play any forward, or is it only water forwards?
The one that pulls from
remove 12.
You have to remove 12 water cards.
Oh, okay.
It's not just any cards.
I was like, all of these forwards, you'd be like, I'd like to cheat any of these out.
The other thing is also you just really want to minimise the amount of misses that you can have off your Vishdales.
Yeah, it's a shame to not have both of you here, Paul and Dan, but tuning in, so here in spirit.
Absolutely. We'll do our best.
At least you didn't turn up and then
experience.
Run away like Fish did.
Had to call in the substitute.
Yeah. We got 30 minutes before start, and he's like, I'm done for the day.
4 CP. He's going back into the LB.
Another Zidane?
Could be. Yeah.
Yep.
So he's going to mill another 2.
Same element.
Earth, that's the 3rd Regis, I believe, and a Thordan. So he's not going to draw a card.
Paul must have gone through a lot of his deck at this point, though.
You do draw a lot of cards.
Yeah.
But a lot of your stuff is ooh, that's
There's
a big card. There's a Rosa. So if this
and that is cast 2.
That is. So he's going to activate 2 with the Atomos.
So he needs 1 more cast, and he's getting a full reactivation.
Yeah, what he really wants to see is something that's actually going to be able to start drawing some cards. But I think his hand is Fat Chocobo and Dryad.
So the Dryad can take out the Asura here is probably the best.
And then he can draw cards. He's going to untap, likely remove 10, draw a card, and hope that...
I don't think he's removing... I think because he's removed some earlier, I don't know if he's got enough.
That's fair enough. He's going to activate his backups.
He should be able to get to cast 5 here, right?
It depends on how many cards he's got left in
LB.
Limit Break. I think it's going to be tough, so he's going to pass here. But this is a... You know, if he's left uninterrupted, this is a pretty good place to be in for next turn, providing the top of the deck is a couple of bricks.
There's a Renoa in Paul's hand. You just want to swing with that Ultimecia, main 2, flicker.
Yeah.
Unless you just don't have the ICP.
Okay, so he's going to... Is it bounce, I believe, of
I believe it pushes back to hand.
Yeah, I mean, it's an LB.
It's an LB,
card,
so
it
would always go.
Rosa having the particularly tricky ability of 1 win to be able to be untargeted by abilities, but here's another Idolus.
Oh, so that was why, so we can play the Arden.
We're going back in with the Arden.
Nash to break on the stack. So Arden comes in, but it has no backups to target.
Well, yeah, that's some nice technology there.
That was good holding up all the
Absolutely,
CP for that. There was no ice in Paul's hand from the looks of it. But he's still fine in this.
He also has his full LB, I believe. Oh no, he's removed 2 LB cards already, of course. But he's got plenty of gas left in there.
Yeah, I don't hate just like mat and swing here, or even just swinging out.
You are ahead on board. You have some big bodies. I think once you're past damage 3, another EX burst is going to search up a...
Such as a Chocobo or a Moogle?
Yeah, but it's not card name. It's I think it's job.
Let's have a quick.
So many of these mono win cards deal with Chocobos and Moogles.
Chocobo.
But it means he's able to search for another copy of the Moogle 11 backup, which
online for next turn. Yep.
Search any card in your deck. Which once you've got your Rosa and Atomos out,
you should be able to get to potentially
Alexander
a Luso cast
another
here,
Atomos there. So I suspect it's going to be reasonably trivial for Mason to be able to get a pretty good Storm turn off here.
The problem is you got enough to remove 2 9Ks.
Yeah,
because that feels like the number that's just over with Citra gone, especially. It feels like
it's not impossible if you're able to string together a Luso plus the 2-drop Chocobo, something that picks it back up.
Oh sure, I suppose if you get to Lulu here as well,
yeah,
you can
exactly.
set power.
You can set power down, which is another big card in his deck. He's already seen one go to
damage. I don't
he's
know
on
if we've
damage
seen any
6,
others.
so
Yeah,
he's got to start, you know,
he
putting his
needs
socks
blockers.
on here. Well, he needs blockers or removal. The one saving grace, I suppose, against Paul is that if you are able to clear this board, it's I don't think there's any haste in the deck that's able to kind of just close the game out.
Moogle 11 for an Asura? What do you think the play pattern is here?
So Asura can pick up...
We'll get 2 drops back as well, can't it? Yeah.
So there's a few things that can get back. I was thinking about Nash. Blow up a final backup.
Belgiumine, right? You just try and go for the
I suspect that's
summon.
probably the case. If we know that he's already cast one summon now with the Asura.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it doesn't need to see them. It just needs to just keep.
He's also thinking about that Luso though. So he's considering which 1-drop is best at wiping the board here. I think it's
the Luso needs more backup, whereas the Belgiumine can do this.
The Belgiumine also doesn't require basically anything else other than summons, because those 9Ks may as well be 20Ks.
Yeah.
So he's going to untap with Yatomos.
I can never spell Belgiumine. There she is.
And now I think he's thinking about his next steps here.
So he needs 2 more summons to go off.
He does, and I think he's only got 1 in hand though.
Has he got a way of drawing more?
Well, if he can play the Alexander.
Yeah.
But he's going for the
It's going to have nothing to get, is it?
Well, no,
but it just reactivates all your backups.
It is crucially the 3rd cast. So what it means is that not only does he activate all his backups, but now
he's on
spell
cast 4 for
he
draw 2.
draws 2.
And 2 4K pings.
Yeah. So the 4K pings aren't get, but the way that he's drawing cards,
it's confusing.
He knows he needs that 3rd summon. And
I don't know if he got it.
I can't see, but the fact that he hasn't okay, so that's spell 5. And he's going to concede.
It's conceded. I was like, he's got a Rosa trigger.
There we are. So the pressure of that ultimacy.
It's the ICP for the Renoa there as well. That's just game, because you just hit all the forwards.
Yeah, I think Mason didn't see any kind of engine pieces.
Well, the Rosa came in very late. You normally want that out a lot earlier.
Well, even just something like a Lulu. There's a lot you can do with 1 Lulu and 1 Chocobo, let me tell you.
Oh, I've seen... I remember seeing a game of 7 cast on turn 1.
There's a lot of card drawing there. A lot of bouncing. So there we are. Paul Fallon going to take game 1 with Vishdale against Mason on Mono Wind.
Yep, so I will chuck us on and be right back and then see what they want to do, if we can get Paul over for a quick interview to talk about his Vishdale deck.
Yeah.
We'll be back right back shortly. All right, we are back with, ignore that, that should be a 2. Round 2, this time with Connor and CJ.
Yep.
Connor coming just off of his win at the Glasgow Materia Cup.
Yeah, absolutely massive. Congratulations to Connor for that.
Why has it done this every time to me?
Goes to the machine, mate.
I am... This is why Fish does all the tech stuff.
There we are.
And
We got it
not
right
me.
there. So Connor on Ice Fire Icons, which he did win Materia Cup Glasgow with. CJ on Refia.
That classic deck, and I think he was just getting decks out of the World's box to give a go. I don't know if he's made any tweaks to it, but I know he was looking at...
CJ's played a lot of Refia at this point, so he knows the score. He's going to mulligan. Looks like Connor's.
Yeah, it is. It is CJ versus CJ. Connor James versus...
Certainly
I don't
is.
actually know what CJ's real name is.
And there we are. So turn 1, Najee going to go look for a warrior. Almost certainly a Tivus here.
Unless he's got one in hand.
There we are. One of the two pillars of the deck there.
I like how the same set we got a generic warrior searcher and a generic fire searcher.
Yeah.
Because one of them wouldn't be enough, so we
Yeah.
gotta have both.
A lot of very powerful fire cards in Opus 26.
Yeah.
Let's see what CJ's going to bring on turn 1. See how fast he can get his backups
Oh,
up.
Claris, so he's
good
ramping
start.
into the right line.
The danger is, of course, with a deck like this is that the latest Shiva 16 being able to freeze all those backups on our prime can really stifle the development of a deck that's really trying to get those 4-coloured backups out as fast as possible.
I love that even Shiva 16, but I always draw it.
Well, yeah, that's the quote-unquote downside of that card is that you want to keep that in your deck as long as possible.
Well, it's been the issue I've seen with Primals on stream. I think 3 out of 4 games it's drew in the complete wrong order.
Well, there's not a lot of manipulation that's...
It's the one CP Josh
exactly.
is like the only
You've
thing.
got a little bit of, a little bit to be able to get it back in the deck, and he has drawn one there, as we see. But CJ getting 3 backups on turn 1 there. 3
It looks
of his
like he's
4 elements
just
as well.
like, I'm just going to go for it.
Yep, he's only down to 1 card in hand, but...
And it does mean the Mog isn't as great off the Tivus now, because he's done a lot of his backup ramp. Obviously, there's still more search in the deck, but...
Right. And, it's never a terrible option. If you know your
Draws your
opponent
card.
is on a search-heavy deck, then even just cutting off one of the searches can be enough to buy you a little bit more time against a deck that has a lot of late-game inevitability.
Ami in hand for Connor as well, which I imagine is going to be staying there for as long as possible.
His hand's looking pretty good. He's
And
only got the
Josh
1
as
backup
well.
so far.
But you can, I think he said from Glasgow, you can play off of 2 in this deck.
It's a temper deck. You don't need to fill out your back row. And Tivus doing a lot of heavy lifting in that department as well, being able to play things like Axstar, which then can play either
everything
Clive or
else
Joshua.
pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
And that Joshua basically always drawing you 2 cards when it primes.
Yeah, that's the power of that Phoenix 16 card. Is again, it's one of those, like the Shiva 16, is you don't want to play it pretty much ever, but and there we are. Cracking that Mog, stopping that Tyro. But it does mean that CJ does have all 4 elements.
Yeah, you could really do with a Jill priming into
Absolutely.
a
So
Shiva.
if he's able to get that freeze off now, fantastic.
But I think his hand is also... Oh, he has put the Laswell in now.
So he has
I
got
knew
a
he was on
Laswell.
about
So
that.
this isn't the exact same list that he played in Glasgow. I know he was talking about tacking that in as a search target for Emina, and he may well, if he can, deploy it just to take a turn off here.
Is it just 0 into Axstar into Laswell, just for the dull freeze?
We'll see.
I wonder if he's got Heretical Knight Garland in his backup line now as well, because I knew that was a consideration.
His LB, you mean, yeah.
Yeah, in the LB, yeah.
So that Tyro's going to get frozen. That's going to stop CJ from playing a
4-colour wall
next
time.
turn, which is really what you want to be doing with this against this this deck.
Yeah, it's not too often you get 4-colour wall out this quick.
Clive priming quickly. No, excuse me, he's not priming. He's
just going to do the damage first,
deploying.
I guess.
So now he's got a wide board, and that Clive is actually going to have the hidden mode of drawing 2 cards.
Yeah.
When
I've discarded 0.
Exactly. And his damage. Ooh,
I don't know what
can't
it is.
quite see that. So let's try and get that fixed.
Shuffle that in.
But I can assume it was an EX burst from the way that CJ is surging his deck. A lot of EX bursts in this 4-color warrior deck. Excuse me, 4-color Refia deck. One of the strengths of it is a King Tycoon there searching up a Faris. Here comes Firion, getting a draw. Oh! Well, yeah, it's pretty commonplace to have the double EX burst against Refia, but Thornton is the best of the bunch, really. See what he's going to search out, if he can find anything to deal with this onslaught that Connor's presenting.
I
Five
mean,
forwards is pretty quick. He's gone for an arc.
But he's not damage 3, which is
Not quite, but he
probably
might be anticipating it with that Tyvus. But Connor, now knowing that arc is in play, he may well hold back with the
I think the
Tyvus.
Tyvus just holds fire.
And he's decided on that. Two damage.
You're
to
still
nothing
threatening
now.
lethal next turn.
Yeah. And he doesn't have enough cards in hand to be able to play Amaterasu if CJ is able to find a Shantoto. Yeah.
But also,
James is thinking exactly
yeah, it could be a Shantoto.
exactly the same thing.
But also, if CJ doesn't play out 2 forwards, like the Ifrit's just going to take them both out from the
Yep,
prime.
absolutely. And
Is he Faris in hand?
he's pitching here. He's going to play a
There's-
bash. He's going to take another point of damage. Is it going to be an EX? It's not. It's a Refia.
And that's one of the worst ones to go.
But he's going to go searching now.
I'm pretty sure we're grabbing a Shantoto
I
here,
think
right?
I think you kind of have to. He knows that Connor's not going to be able to am at it.
Yeah, this is
even
the
though
one
he does
turn.
have one in hand.
This is the one turn that if you can, if it's going off, it's right now.
We'll see what happens. He's got 3 cards in hand, so as long as he's got an Earth CP in there,
Yeah.
he can pay for it.
Ooh, this could be a very defining turn here, because Connor is gonna.
He's thinking about it though. He's not rushing for the Toto.
Just thinking about any other options he's got, I guess.
Or he could just not have Earth CP in
I mean,
his hand.
the damage now he's taken.
He's gone for a
Well,
unless the Shanto was already in hand and he needed it.
I was gonna say the damage he's taken now is fine for like that arc can come in now,
That's from the
build a
exposed.
board,
Yeah,
and the
well,
Faris would then be online for.
we'll see what
the
happens.
search.
So his hand looks like a, from what I see, a 6-drop Lev.
6-drop
That arc
Lev.
that we know about.
And another card.
That's some unknown. A little bit hard to see with the glare there, but we'll see what happens here. So
Yeah, that is an issue we have yet to be able to figure out with this one.
so he's going with the arc.
So this untaps 3 backups.
He's going to go into the
The
break zone.
Faris is the choice here, actually.
Absolutely,
the
yeah.
generic
Which is
search.
another damage 3. So he's going to search for another Warrior of Light here.
Man, this deck gets so many damage 3 triggers.
It does. It really does.
Even Bash has got damage.
Yeah.
Bash has got damage 3 and damage 5 triggers, I believe.
But it really showcases what this deck can do with just playing off 1 card. So that Bash has been able to,
And
thread
then
the needle into a Refia ultimately.
there is enough to play the Refia,
Mm.
and there would be enough to tap down for.
Well, the Bash isn't a...
Oh no, yeah, because you have to tap the Lena to play the
Yeah,
Refia.
but the issue here is that he doesn't actually have... well, he will actually post attack phase, but
That Faris should also be taking out either the Laswell or the Furion here.
we'll see what he does with those pings. He's got 2 of them. But it does mean, though, that the Refia is only going to be able to untap that Lena in the back row there.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's not going to draw a card. And it also means if he does want to put one thing on the bottom, it's going to cost him
Everything.
3... Yeah, so there's the last well. It's going to cost him 3 blockers to bottom 1 thing.
It does mean that he doesn't die, but
Yeah, Connor's got to play a little bit of a dangerous game here, because that Bash, if you get to, I believe it's damage 5, when it attacks, it's going to deal...
I think it does its power to...
Exactly, and that will be 8k, because it gets a plus 1k buff, I believe, off its damage 3 ability, plus Brave.
But I mean, if that Refia comes in, I'm pretty sure that Clive is immediately priming, going, I'd like to deal 10k to the
Well, yeah, we'll see.
Refia.
I think in that case, CJ can probably get rid of bottom the Clive and then hold with the Bash as a blocker. As long as Connor doesn't have any, which he doesn't currently have. He doesn't have any big hasters or
Yeah, well, that Bash is currently holding in check the Zac.
yeah.
So, like...
So
And you can force out a couple of discards for the
Yeah,
Furion, so you're not
so
staring down lethal. But
Yeah,
we are going in on it.
he's playing the Refia. So we do have 4 Warriors Light in play. 3 of them forwards, 1 backup. Going to untap that Lena, and then he's going to pass to Connor.
We're not attacking with the Bash. Oh no, it came in this turn.
No.
The whole board came in this turn.
Yeah. And I believe Connor's shooting Axstar there. Which, against CJ's board, isn't its full capacity. The other thing with this Refia deck is there's a lot of 3-drops.
Yeah, yeah.
Which means the Axstar's Dull and Freeze ability is only going to really hurt Connor with his Tyvus, Furion, and Clive.
Well, it's only one-sided, right?
No.
Is the
It
Shiva
is
both?
Sorry, no, the
Oh, the
Axstar.
Axstar. Sorry,
is
sorry,
symmetrical.
yeah. Yeah. What did you see what he drew this turn? I must have missed it.
Connor considering his options here.
Mm-hmm.
Looking through his briefs, he may have got a Joshua then if he's maybe counting the amount of icons that he's seen.
Just working out where everything's gone. Yeah.
Josh, you're doing 2,000 damage for each icon, either in break zone or removed from the game.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, read that initially. I was like, oh, it's only removed from game. It's rubbish. And it was like, no, it's both.
The fact also that it has priming for just a single fire CP. So you're able to, you know, thread Axstar into play off a Tybus, and then use your one backup to prime into
and then
a Phoenix
draw
to draw 2 more cards. It's pretty powerful.
Yeah, this deck goes so efficiently, but I think not having this ice backup is causing Connor some issues this game.
Well, he's pitched one there. He's reaching for the LB again.
Surges to dull down the bash.
He's gone for the Surges.
I think you're just trying to force CJ to dull his board here,
well,
right?
yeah, the Refia activation represents 3 blockers being down.
Yeah.
So the Surges being able to move that bash means that he's gone. Yeah, so CJ's
no, I think
activating
CJ's
here.
just dulling in response. Yeah.
And there goes that Clive, which we said earlier.
I don't know if it was worth priming the Clive first and then doing the Surges. Because then you'd have the Surges for the bash here, right? And then you can just swing on through.
Connor might have just thought that because it was like such a certainty, almost. There's another EX
Another Lena.
for Connor who's can draw here. He was considering that he doesn't want to waste the resources priming into something that he knows is likely going to get put to the bottom of the deck anyway.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. So do you take the block here and force the discards, or
We're going to see here.
do you just take the damage here?
There is a
what?
so he's going to zero in Axstar in attacks.
So I take it this is during the
Yeah,
Firion
so
attack.
Tylus is or during an attack, yeah. He's going to come in and he's going to try and blast the Refia now while it's
12k to the Refia, please.
exactly. And there's another Clive, the newer one from Opus 26, being able to played from Axstar. Draw a card on the way in by removing something from the break zone, and then it also means that next turn he's got that access to the prime.
Yeah, I'm not sure you remove. I assume it's just the other.
The Refia deck has
Refia
has a lot of
Four-Colour Wall.
recursion in it
Yeah.
and a lot of searching, so you want to be able to fish those Refias out. He's already seen one in damage. One's gone to the break zone there.
So that does need to be dull frozen on
Yeah.
CJ's side.
So that arc, dull frozen.
Yeah, so many of the Refia board is 3 costs as well, though, as
Yeah,
part of the problem.
absolutely.
So then the Firion does get blocked by the bash and goes, but he's now taken 5k. Not swinging anymore. I think we're just holding that Amat ready.
Yeah, I think Connor's in a
another Refia comes
pretty
in.
good position here with the Amat there. It means he's safe from relatively safe from Toto.
And if he's desperate next turn, he can prime that Clive. As much as it's an expensive 5-drop. The Clive is... I mean, if it gives you the game, why not?
And again, he's not going to damage 5 because bash represents removal there.
Hmm. No, that would still be dull this turn.
CJ being the honourable man here. Reaching for his LB deck, he's going to grab a Noctis.
Oh, is that his whole hand he's doing for this?
Well,
Yeah, he was trying to grab back the 4-colour wall, wasn't he?
yeah, but Amat going to stop that.
I think that's game there.
Yeah, going to be very difficult for CJ to work his way out of this with no cards. And,
Well, the extra is just taking out the bash on swing and then...
yeah, the only option he has here is that Faris can attack and deal 6 to something, plus the 1k ping.
7, so you can take out the
Yeah,
Zac or the
but
Clive, but
Being
then...
a damage 4, I think that's probably not the greatest of ideas.
I will give you 1 less attacker for 1 less blocker. I see this is a fair trade.
Yeah, this
So we are going swinging.
last ditch effort here.
And keeping the Faris up does mean it's probably a free takeout now.
Yeah.
Because if anything else blocks, they're going to probably just trade into it.
Yeah, you'd have to trade off the Axstar here, which is represents a similar thing
Hmm.
on Connor's board than damage 5 bash would be, being able to shoot for 12 on an attack.
Yeah, I think that extra damage doesn't want to block here.
Connor can even just afford to
You
take
just
damage
take the
here.
damage, yeah.
So Clive being the threat into priming.
Ready for the X burst.
Hits. Connor's thinking about blocking,
Ooh.
but I think he's pretty safe to take damage here if he wants. There's not too many X bursts in the deck.
No, I think you just take the damage and keep the attackers here.
It's whether or not he wants. I haven't seen Connor's list, but maybe he has a second Surges and he wants the option of playing that.
Dulling down
So he's gonna
another one,
he's
yeah.
going to block with the Surges here, trade off with the Faris.
The Bash Keeley still not damage 5, so not taking anything out. But that Cactuar isn't currently taking anything out now.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, is that Cactuar gets exponentially better, obviously, the bigger your board. And speaking of, there's one gone. Goes to Connor's turn, draws a duplicate Tyrus and a card that was a little bit too
hard to tell there, yeah. The
But,
Tyrus, I think it's an Arabella he's got in hand. So the Surges is available.
We have a little bit more of an equal game here now. Connor's board has been reduced somewhat. CJ is playing off the top, but he has all his backups up. He has some blockers.
He's got all 4 colours he needs, yeah.
Exactly.
So what is Matt and Bash are both 8k blockers at the moment.
Yes.
So playing his Surges would allow the Cactuar to take
Connor's
one out.
Got a Tyrus and an Annabella in hand. Both
Yeah,
cards not really having any impact on the board currently.
If he has the Surges, he has game, depending on the experts.
Well,
but I think he's binned one. I think he's binned the second one.
He has, yes, you're right.
So yeah, I'm not too sure if Connor has an easy. I mean, Kuja kind of does the same thing. No, because it wouldn't be a 3-drop.
I think he's just going to hold resources in case he draws something like a Clive. Which is
threaten the Amat as well, I guess.
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
2 and backup up.
CJ's back in it. Let's see what he drew here.
4 colour wall.
A lot of live draws in this.
Yeah, I think the mistake there, getting rid of the Surges, is cost.
Yeah, I think it's come back to haunt him a little bit there.
So what's CJ top deck? They're both on top deck mode, but CJ can easily play everything he's got. And
he has seen quite a lot of big cards there. There's at least one 4-colour wall in the break zone already.
I assume one got removed by the Clive, considering Connor didn't target any of his own stuff. He's obviously got a Leo if he wants to dig any further in. But yeah, no idea what he's got in his hand currently.
Fanning through his break zone. Something to think about.
Come
the place
on, make a play. I'm being teased.
I think when you're in this situation, though, that could if you misplay, result in
every single play matters massively.
The Icons deck does have the potential to kind of explode off both Tybus and Clive priming, Jill priming and freezing you out. Even going into the 7-drops, Shiva killing 2 forwards and making you discard. There's a lot of big things that can come out of the deck.
Yeah, and if CJ swings out or taps out this turn, if Connor sees a Jill, it's I'm just going to shut you down for the next turn.
Exactly. So I think
he's got to navigate this very, very carefully.
Yeah, I think he's bought himself some time, which is very important. But he really needs to develop. What he really wants to find is another 4-colour wall and probably that last ref here.
Yeah. Or even just a Faris, just to start
setting up turn by turn removal and a very hard to deal with blocker that can also start pressuring Connor as well, because you do need to win the game. You do need to do damage.
So I guess that's kind of the thing of
okay,
how did this always going in on
Luna Freya?
Freya's always good.
Really impactful in this deck because the amount of very powerful EX burst you have. And look there, we've got 4 out of the 5.
I don't know which is best here.
Well, it depends on whether or not CJ reckons that he can hold the board against what Connor could possibly play, in which case maybe the get is Tyro, which means you're guaranteed finding either Refia or 4-colour wall, or you can get Kusith as a castable. It looks like he's gone for the Tyro there, which is a cheap castable that also can recur one of your 2 things.
Yeah,
he's going for the Tyro. See what he fancies here.
Just make sure that those cards in the middle of the deck get shuffled back in as well. There we go. So just setting up for the next turn. I mean, he's got enough bodies to block with.
Yeah, he has got 4 bodies. And he's going to poke him with a mat.
Yeah, Elwen, good point of damage there. And Sidwoff.
Sidwoff would have been a nice early play for Connor here, considering the matchup.
Yeah, you do want... I mean, was he hit 3 EX bursts out of 4?
Yeah, this is the kind of deck that you want the Sidwoff for. It means that the EXs that you're having to give your opponent, they've got a bit less of an impact. In terms of the resources that you're adding to hand. Even if you're not discarding what you find off the Thordown, it means you have 2 CP less to cast.
It's the random discard as well. I was like, oh, what's that random card you've been holding? Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
That wasn't what you searched off Thordown.
But just that resource tax against a deck that's so hungry for it is really big.
I really want to see an ice water deck that has both Lena and Sidwoff. You're like, I'm going to draw and you're going to remove, and I'm going to have a good time.
Oh, that's a good time. I'm glad one of the players is having.
Yeah, one of the player who has them both on field has a good time. The other player doesn't.
Okay, so Connor coming in with Tybus here. We know he's got another one in hand.
So nothing to block with. I think you're happy to take this kind of damage, and it's
another
another
EX.
EX first. But has he seen all his King Tycoons at this point?
We'll see.
Oh,
It's definitely on the
go
lower,
through a second time, I
lower
think
impact.
you're gone.
But if there is one in deck, that's still another 2 CP in your hand. But
Yeah,
looks
so it
like
was
he's
a fail
failing
to
to find
find.
here. I think CJ probably glad that Sidwoff isn't in play.
Although I don't have a target, and I'm discarding. Whoops.
And here's Heretical Knight Garland from the LB.
So you're freezing probably Tyro and Lena?
Yeah, I think it's the two, one, the fixer and the buff, plus the utility there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to throw it back to CJ.
And that 4-colour wall you searched is still not coming in, and
Yeah.
it never will be allowed to.
CJ, yeah.
He's got enough to rebuild, though. He just needs
Yeah,
like
he's
one
back
turn of
up to a-
untapping.
Back up to full grip. 4 bodies in play.
Connor down to just one in hand, and that bash has taken someone out. Whatever it chooses.
Yeah, he's now on damage 5.
Oh, tap in 2. Can't see the discard. What's coming in? But that is CJ out of LB now, I believe. Matt, Noctis, and Luna Freya. Yeah, that should be all of it.
It's Faris by the looks of it.
Are we overpaying for the Faris?
Can't quite tell. It might have been. It's either
Well, we
overpay
tap 2
or
and
a,
discard, so...
Yeah, I think he might have discarded the Zidane, and Connor's had enough.
yeah, we're calling.
He's going to
calling
pack it
that
up.
there.
I think Connor realises he's not got enough gas left in the tank. And CJ's going to beat Connor.
CJ's just going
Yeah.
wider and wider, I think,
Yeah.
at this point. And
But that's the inevitability that we were discussing with the Refia deck, is that left, again, like Mono Wind earlier, left to its own devices, it's going to start presenting pretty unbeatable boards.
And if left unaddressed, or you're not killing or taking out a forward every turn or so, it's just going to
That
get wider and
Faris
wider.
represented fetching,
Refia, yeah.
represented a lot of damage coming off, being able to kill the Axstar.
And there's still that 4-colour wall in hand ready to come in as soon as we're untapping.
Exactly,
And
I think Connor realised he didn't quite have the resources to be able to find and play anything impactful enough to stop that next turn.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that game too. We'll be back again potentially shortly with an interview on CJ if there's enough time. I know I said that last time, but we I checked the clock and there was 2 minutes left. So
Time
bit too short.
withstanding, we'll be back with CJ. If not, we'll be back with round 3 very soon.
see you shortly. And here I am, joined by the winner of that round,
The real
beating
CJ.
a Materia Cup recent winner.
The Materia Cup most recent winner.
is CJ.
The important thing to understand here, guys, is that the real CJ topples all opponents.
Is that
Alright?
true? Is it?
I mean, he's Connor James, I'm Christopher John. You have to understand the situation. Only one CJ can be on
only
top.
one CJ
Only
allowed.
one-
Anyway.
only
You got to
this
start going
Highlander
to
out
some
here.
Materia Cups then.
The thing is, got kids in it. Got kids. I said to Connor at the end of the game, you're lucky I didn't come to the Materia Cup, big man.
I have a life.
You're lucky I
Some
didn't come to that Mac Cup.
inconvenience.
You're lucky. I let you win that Mac Cup because I was feeling generous. You got feeling generous.
Talking about that, it looked like Connor hit the gas quite early. It looked like he was threatening quite heavily at the start.
Yeah, I mean, you see that Najee come down. You're like, well, boy, do I play my backups now or do I never see them? I was like, well, let's just start playing a bit.
Going on to 3 on turn 1 isn't something you typically see.
Nah, but when you see the freaking Mog coming down, Mog 6 is on the way. You're like, well, I'm not gonna see the Lena unless I play for it now. If I lose the search of Tyro, that is what it is. But I need the backup.
But you can't lose all of the backup.
I can't lose the backup line.
Yeah, that's
it's just not gonna play because then he can just do what he wants to be. It was one of those, man. It was just one of those.
But I think there was a defining point as well where I think he'd got rid of his extra surges. So
yeah,
push through.
I was looking. I was like, oh, if he just plays surges now, I'll be screwed. I looked over at the limit break. I was like,
there's 2 face up. Is there a third?
There's no Connor's not playing. No one's playing 3 surges. That's crazy. That's when 22 came out. You played 3 surges because that's all there was.
Yeah.
But now that there's options, who's playing 3 surges? That's crazy. I was like, oh, Connor, you done.
Yeah, we looked at it and it was like, well, surges and X-Star just gets rid of the blockers.
I was like, I'll just be done. Yeah, surges, X-Stars will get me cooked. But I was like, well, if that mat gets tapped, I'm done.
But no, you
surges.
you kept in it. You played the backups at the right time. You got all the forwards out as and when you needed.
All I had to do was play my cards and wait for Connor to misplay a few times because the deck is obviously much better. And as it was last week, you guys all saw the same stuff last week. I said this. I would say the same thing this week. I said last week. I shouldn't have won. By no means. He had all the tools to defeat me, but as a foot hater, I don't like defeat.
Yeah,
I'm not a foot man. I don't like defeat. I'll wait for you to misplay yourself. It's how I play all my games. Played a little full color wall game. Connor should have won. We all know that.
Didn't even get the full color wall out.
Didn't even get full color wall out. Yeah, we were all waiting for it, and then full color wall was like, you know what? You don't need me. You don't need me on this one. You don't need me for this guy. Not for this guy.
Arc Farish, you're enough. That's all you need. That's all you need.
You handle this one, babe. You handle this one, babe. I'll watch from the back line.
So some differences to the World Championship deck? Because I know you were on about opening that up and playing it earlier.
Yeah, no. So the real differences with my deck is because the period of time when I made the deck, there was a lot more aggro about.
Mm-hmm.
And I put like 35 EXs. There's 35 or 36 EX bursts in the deck.
Yeah, I remember you having about that many.
There's too many EX bursts in the deck. When that Refia came down, I was a bit upset because like the way it counted out. The way the Refia came, that really upset me actually. That saved Connor.
First damage Refia. Oh.
It was damage 3. It was damage 3 Refia off the bash. But if that had been an EX burst, I would have had the CP to arc properly and play my turn out a lot better. But you're not supposed to.
Sometimes you
just miss your EX. But you put 35 in the deck and you miss it when you really need it. That's what happens. But it was a good game overall, man. What can I say? You guys have all seen Full Color Wall. You guys have all seen me. You know how I play. It's just one of them ones. Connor just couldn't take it. I'm the real CJ. God had a hand in that. You guys also.
Yeah, you're ahead of him now. So we got to have a rematch between the CJs at some point and see who takes that one.
We'll have the rematch off stream.
Okay, we're not allowed to stream that one.
In terms of off stream, the record isn't looking so good for me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Oh no!
But to be fair, on stream, one day me and Connor swapped decks and he just beat me with my own deck. That was rough.
Oh yeah, I remember that when you played one game and you were like, "Well, we'll switch it up," and then he beat you again. It was like, ooh.
No matter how you slice it, CJ always ends up on top.
Yeah, that's true. It's always a rough one when you're like, "This deck's rubbish." Your opponent's like, "I'll try it," and then they beat you and you're like. Is it me or is it the deck?
Surely the deck. The way he rammed his backups out there, I remember that backup ramp like it was nothing. I was like, how's he getting Claris into Tyro like that? Obviously,
I never start with them.
Saying that, I gave it a go this time. Claris into Tyro, guys. It's the secret.
Yeah,
just Claris into Tyro, win every game.
Just get all 4 backup colours online immediately.
Just get 4 backups. Don't even play a 5th backup. You're under too much pressure. Just start playing 4 color walls or Pharises.
I would like to stabilize now.
Yeah, but it's happened. It's a good deck. I really want to play that deck that he's playing. I've always said to people, like, if the deck that I'm using isn't working for some reason, play the deck that people are beating you with and just enjoy that. I'm definitely looking to make that deck and play it.
Icon's deck, I think, is going to be very, very popular.
Yeah, he won too early with it. Now everybody's going to be using it, and we're all just copying the CJ.
Well, to be fair, it appeared at a couple of events prior because like Kitty took it over to Germany and things like that.
But Connor won with it. You know when something wins, everybody's like, oh, this one did it. Oh, there's something looking nice over. I think I'll give that a go. I will. I like winning. I'll give that a go.
We saw a Chaos Arc deck win in the US, and I don't think anybody's copied it over here.
The thing about the US and Japan is sometimes you see stuff win that really didn't deserve to win.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, maybe I'm being a bit too nationalist there.
I think it's just it's also the meta of the country. I think that you play in is a big defining part. Because like when a bunch of people went over to France, they were like everybody loved Mono Fire, and yet we've played here for like the whole set, and I don't think we've seen a mono fire deck
other than
played here
Kitty
yet.
plays it though, doesn't he?
He play. I don't think he's played a mono fire. I think he's been playing
Really?
nice icons this.
I
this
haven't
set.
been here this
Yeah,
set.
yeah.
I don't actually know what's going on this set.
So yeah, I think it just depends on where you're based and what you like playing.
No,
But,
it's true. Cardiff meta's always been a bit different than a lot of metas that I've been seeing, to be fair. So it is one of those where we are in an intense situation. But we have good times. That's the main thing.
Otherwise, we'll let you get back to it. Good luck with your next games,
Yeah,
and I'll
don't
catch
even
you
need
all
luck.
in round 3. All
Just
right,
wish
he doesn't
bad
need
luck.
luck.
Just wish bad luck on the other guy.
Fine. See
I'll
you all
catch you in a
shortly
bit.
for round 3. And we're back with round 3 this time, with Mick on his classic Flans deck that loves to show up every so often, and Gareth still on Cadets.
Yeah, two more of the rogue decks in the room today, so it's good to showcase all flavours of the Opus 26 meta.
love Cadets. I wish it was that little bit better. But
Gareth's been playing it for a while now, so I think his list is pretty tuned to how he likes it. I'm very excited to see the Flan list from Mick here. It's not something I've experienced myself.
It was the highlight of when we did the casual night, when he searched like the Earth Flan, and me and McAvoy were like, what does that do? He's like, don't worry about it. It's discardable RFCP. And then immediately cuts to combat where he's like, discard it to bump this by 1k. And we were like, oh my god, it has actual text.
Okay, so Mick going to lead off with an Emina.
The great ice card that nobody ever expected to get printed.
Yeah, it's a really, really good card that's been printed recently for these ice decks, searching out a Torgal.
And it was a promo of last month, I believe.
Yeah, that's the full art we're seeing there. And there is the Torgal. 2 backups on turn 1 for Flans here. And shoot it over to Gareth.
And my Jill is now costing 1. Oh, I think Gareth went first.
Oh,
playing
excuse me. Yeah, he did. I missed that. He played
Deuce. So
right.
his win CP is online.
I'm going to need your help telling me the names of these cadets.
Okay, I know most.
To be honest, they're all just numbers.
Did you never play Type 0?
No, it's one of the few Final Fantasy games I've not played. In fact, it might be the only Final Fantasy game that, outside of the very, very niche ones or mobile games that I haven't played.
I don't remember how to spell Deuce, but 8 going in. As soon as it deals a point damage, you add back a cadet. So if they've got no attack blockers, go swinging.
Absolutely, there we are. So 2 backups from Gareth as well.
And then 7, that really, really key one that you always want out, because you can tap 2 cadets to give any cadet you've got haste. Cadet forward haste.
Nice.
It's a shame you can't give the cadet forwards backups haste.
So Zayden damage from Mick. It's a card that never really took off. I know
Mono Ice never did.
Well,
right?
yeah, I know people were pretty. Some people were pretty excited by that card when it was spoiled, but never really had its day in the sun.
So just draw and pass from Mick. Clearly no backups in hand and nothing he wants to ramp into.
No, he may have some interaction. I haven't seen the list.
So Trey adding back, I think that was 9.
Yeah, this looks like it's going pretty well for Gareth. It seems to be hitting his backups every turn. Has a point of pressure. Has some card advantage.
Yeah, we can just swing now and get another card back unless
Exactly,
Mick's got anything to interact with. It could be another Zed in hand.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So maybe we will finally see Zed's day in the sun.
Because I think Zed is, if it deals damage to something, you break a character. If he's dealt damage, you break a dull character, which this could hurt Gareth's backups.
Yeah, you could cut him off wind there, or you might even break the attacking forwards. I've already forgotten the name of 8. Is it
8? I remember a lot of people being like, "Oh, back attack this in on a Farish trigger," and you're laughing.
The dream. And there's another forward there.
There's the 9. So this is arguably one of the best ones alongside the Ace, because he's a 7 drop that takes 2k, a 7k that takes 2k less and just dulls in each player's turn.
Well, Mick has had a back attack card. It's a juggler. It's going to dull down that
the 8, so we're not getting recursion there.
No, but
that 9 absolutely shuts down the Zed, because you're just not going to be allowed to block.
Absolutely. So
Ramping.
2 free backups. Gets Mick to 5 there. See if he's got anything else here to kind of stop the advance that Gareth's got going.
Man, those free backups have been so good ever since they came out.
Are we going to see another one?
He's tapping 2. So this flan is really good, but you typically want it in break zone, because if you remove 3, it breaks them in. Oh, and we're going to be freezing 5 things, only 4 to freeze.
Nice. Yeah. It's going to dull that. So Gareth is going to get an attack in here.
Nope.
Excuse me. He's going to...
Oh, because he gets to freeze 5, yeah, so we're just dull freezing it. Yeah.
Nice.
So we're just going to probably set Gareth back a turn here. He's probably
time walk for Mick there.
Just draw and pass. And that flan's in break zone where it wants to be.
Yeah. It's a nice little sequence there.
Just need to see if he's got any more flans ready to go.
Well, if the deck is called flans, I would certainly hope so.
I think there's only 12 flans.
Only?
Let's have a quick look. How many flans are there? 1, 2, 3. There are only 12 flans you can use.
Right, okay.
Because unfortunately it's job name flan, not card. Or not job, it's card.
Gareth just drawing and passing here.
Yeah, I think it was kind of the situation he was in.
Yeah.
We're just never going to take damage from that Kurzame, which means it's not going to draw cards.
Lock it down.
Oh, Biblos.
Card that we haven't seen a lot of recently, but there's a new card, Charlotte.
My favourite.
You love this card.
New card, and it didn't do very well for me. But people absolutely hated it. I would like to dull freeze every character on entry.
Well, yeah, against cadets, that's a pretty big game. For a deck that has a bunch of haste threats.
That 9 can't even dull it without discarding a card.
Yeah. So that's a pretty big game here for Mick against cadets.
Yeah, because a lot of them
empty-handed, but he's on board.
Well, look, like the whole point of the 7 is you give them haste. Now that haste is pointless.
Yeah. So we have to see if Gareth's got any removal in his deck.
Missed the damage there, Mick.
To get rid of that Charlotte. Otherwise, he's going to be really slow to get out of the game.
He's got Odin as just probably his best out.
He does have a bunch of cards in hand as well, so yeah, there we are.
The 7 will do it.
So there's some removal there. It's going to cost him a card in his hand.
Unless Mick has any interaction.
He's not, but
that does trigger a discard, which means Biblos gets a free dull freeze.
See if Gareth wants to.
Yeah, man, the S effects some of these have are insane. Like 7's just like tap and break something.
Yeah.
You got Trey that shoots something for 9k.
Well, I think that's especially with some of the more recent ones we've had printed. Even if I can't remember the name of them, I do know that they do have some pretty powerful effects.
Because there's the Jack as well that breaks something if you got 5 or more, and then tap 1 lightning, I think, to break a forward.
I think even though we don't see this deck seeing a lot of play in tournaments these days, I think we have hit a bit of a critical mass of Type 0 cards to mean that you don't have to just play a bunch of old rubbish ones just for job's sake. in a way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they reprinted all of them.
Shanto go to the bin there.
Well, he's got no crackable backup, so you don't mind not drawing that.
Yeah, but also it means it's clearing Earth CP as well.
Yeah,
because currently Mick doesn't have any access to anything other than Ice CP. So if he did want to play something like a Prish, would mean drawing.
Yeah, I think Prish is the only other thing the Earth CP's for.
Okay. Just going to pass it back over to Mick.
Yeah, that Kurosame is probably not going to be attacking, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, I think we got we got every cadet reprinted in the last couple of sets.
Yeah, there was a big push in the last couple of sets to get a lot more of these names out.
It's just a shame that they're still printed across 3 colours, because it's always that thing of like it's hard to do
There's
3 colours. So this is the flan, I believe, that you tap it to search other flans.
There it is.
You pay 1 and tap to search any card name flan, and you can sack him to make your opponent discard a card. So the way to ramp.
I think I've been a bit too deep in the competitive space recently. I'm usually pretty good at knowing what a lot of these cards do, but I think cadets and flans might be my Achilles heel.
Well, cadets stuck around for a while, but Mick always brings a very rogue deck that no one's seen before.
He does.
Ooh, end of turn Asura to activate your forwards.
To activate the forwards. That's a little bit of technology there. Especially good against a deck that's primary goal is to dull and freeze.
So is he doing this in Mick's turn, I guess? Yeah. So he surges it back down. Nope. Searching for a flan.
Yeah, he may have... Gareth may have tried to do that at the end of Mick's turn, and Mick's decided, well, seeing
if
as
you're
you're doing that,
yeah.
I'm going to go and get my flan.
We're just going to keep searching for flans. I think you want... we're just getting all 3 of those ones ready to go.
Just get all of the flans out of the deck. Don't want to draw them.
No, and it does mean if you sack all of these off, the other flan that's in your break zone is ready to go.
There we are. Just going to make Gareth discard.
Discard. I don't know what you want to get rid of. I think that's an Ami he discarded there. And then because of the discard, Biblos, yep.
The 8 there.
That 8's, I think, did 1 point of damage and then it just lived there all game.
Well, I think, it's a card that you have to keep down. Drawing an extra card every turn plus doing a point of damage adds up a lot.
So
that
tapping
queen,
3 for queen.
Yep.
They let you know one.
Well, it's because it's not a number.
So you're going to know 3 of them.
Yeah, I guess so.
So she's really, really cool because it's untapped 2, and then you can just keep removing things from your opponent's break zone. Not once per turn either. Oh, Sync coming in as well. So we're going to be probably playing Trey unless there's a good forward. Is that Ace? Yeah, playing the Ace.
Ace.
Everybody knows Ace. Cool guy.
I don't know if you know if there's any fire cards in this cadet list or if it's purely Wind Lightning.
I know the previous times me, Gareth and McAvoy have been building it, we've been building it as Wind Lightning. But I know Gareth was quite stuck on still having fire in it, and we did see the Ami, so I don't know if it's just the Machina backup, because I know that was often one, because you pay 1 on Rem and it plays a fire backup.
Gareth gave us a flash of the hand there, and I saw he's got a pretty exciting new card from the Opus 26, Ra La, which is something we haven't seen a lot of.
Oh yeah, so the cool reason for this is both 9 and Ace can dull it. Because they're not opponents' forwards, they just dull any, so you've got that. I'm going to break one of your forwards, pay 2, untap it, and keep going.
That's interesting.
Giving
I know that Rala got a little bit of buzz when it was spoiled back when Yuna, there it is, Rala, back when Yuna was still with us in full force. There was a lot of talk about some
I wanted to put it in the Yuna deck.
Awful combinations of
cards.
It
was going to work. Materia backup, or whichever one, it's Cosmos backup. Materia backup, I think it is.
It's a very unique card. I'm always a fan of unique effects on cards rather than just either just draw X cards or just big stats.
Well, it's another one of those cards that you look at as an Ice player going, I need to dull freeze it, but I also don't want to.
So we're going to see what Mick makes of that. Gareth being out of cards means that triggers from the Biblos do anything, and there we are. Get that Kurosame out of here.
I would have potentially waited, because if the Kurosame swings, it's happening anyway. But yeah,
I think Gareth's not under any immediate pressure. That Biblos can attack now that he's at damage 3, but having no cards in hand means that it's not doing as much.
Yeah.
And those 2 flans are just going to be sitting around. See if he wants to use them to search.
Searching for more flans.
But yeah, I'm excited to see this R'hllor. It's a card that we haven't seen a lot pop up, so I'm very interested to see how it develops now.
Oh god, this is a nut. What is this LB card?
This is Rogue Central here.
God, I don't know how
That's
to
a
spell this
Celsius
one.
from LB.
How do you spell it? It's not
With
SEL.
great difficulty.
Is it shell?
No.
There you go.
There we go.
So it can't be dealt damage, and it can't be broken that don't deal damage.
This is just a roadblock and a half.
Well, that R'hllor just looks at it and goes, "Okay, I can't do anything to you."
And a Surges out of the LB as well.
I was
trying
always
to add his breaks into his deck.
I was always surprised the Cheltius never turned up a bit more, but it's also just like a 9k that doesn't do anything proactively.
I think its biggest weakness is its element, which is not something you usually say about Earth cards, but Earth decks generally, because of the way that they're able to fix their colours, have access to basically any LB they want. And if you're able to support Earth, there are certainly better ones to get than the Celtius.
For me, it was kind of the fact it doesn't have Brave, so like you never want to swing with it.
Well, that's the other thing, is that it kind of just sits there, and it does a very good job of that.
Yeah.
But it also just doesn't really do anything when you play it. It doesn't have any ETBs, it doesn't have any keywords.
Yeah, and you've paid 5 for this.
And it costs 5, which is a lot. LB1 is nice, but I think it's, again, a bit more of a situational card, maybe for these bigger and control decks to stave off some aggro.
It's also a great blocker until 9 goes dull it.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I think that there could have been a little bit more, I'm certainly not going to claim to know better, but there could have been maybe a little bit more interesting design space with the card if they were truly making it, designing it to be a wall.
So Jack coming in and immediately breaking the Surges, and then 9 dulling the Celtius.
Yeah, and there we are. That's taking care of that.
And that's just enough for game here, right?
It's got a lot of attackers.
Because you can give the Jack haste if you need to.
Still has the Biblos up, which can block.
Yeah.
Shiva to LB, to damage, excuse me.
So we make the Biblos a forward here, and we're going to take...
It's worth noting that Mick can force... Well, not anymore. He would have been able to force Gareth to discard, which meant that he would have got a dull freeze off, but...
what would the discard be from?
The Flans.
I believe there is only in your turn.
Oh, excuse me. I'm unfamiliar with the Flan game.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the Flan discard is only in your turn.
Sure, there we are.
But depending on the experts here, I'm pretty sure Gareth has this.
Yeah, I think... oh, that's from the break zone there. There's a lot of Flans.
Yes, that Flan is only during your turn. And hello, Kagari. Thanks for joining, and congrats on how you did in Germany.
Congratulations,
Scotland.
There we are. Gareth's going to pick it up there.
Takes it there. Cool, well, we got to see Cadets, and we got to see R'hllor.
Yeah, I was very happy to see
it took
R'hllor.
out 2 things.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's great. You're paying 4 CP for it. That's all you need.
Yeah. I mean, I just love the fact that it has a reactivation ability on it, because that's not something you often see on forwards and things like that.
It's pretty uncommon, especially on a card like that. It's usually either a wind or possibly a lightning card. Yeah.
Just the fact that it can, as long as you've got cards in hand, you can just never take damage. You can just activate it. Oh, I took damage. Oh, it's broken something. Do it again.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm always happy when we see maybe some more forgotten cards like R'hllor, like Zaid.
Yeah, I definitely each set. There's definitely a couple of cards I keep seeing that I'm like, they're trying to open up design space.
Yeah, I think with a card like that, you just have to find. You have to find the right home, and also that home has to be good enough to compete with the other top decks in the format.
That's the underlying.
And maybe the right home is with Cadets, but whether or not Cadets as a whole can stand up to the big bosses of the format.
I think if they had a color fixer, they'd be fine. I think that's the only thing they're lacking.
I think there's a lot of archetypes in this game that have a similar position as that.
I think they're just scared of anything becoming like Soiree, because I hear the stories of just like when that deck came out, everybody was basically playing Soiree.
Yes. I think with Soiree, it comes down to also the characters that you're printing.
Yeah.
It would be one thing if we can expect plenty of Clouds, plenty of Sephiroths, plenty of Zidanes to be printed. So if you're printing things that are going to be enabling those cards to be played faster and easier, it may become more of a problem.
Yeah.
With cards like the Soiree members, I think it's quite telling that we haven't seen any printed since that one set. it's been 10 sets now, and we haven't had a single one printed.
Yeah, the 12 is probably the closest thing
Sure,
to like how
but-
the design.
but what
Yeah,
I'm-
we've never had any of the FFB
Right.
soirees.
So
yeah,
I think that and you do have to be careful when you do print such an enabler, like the I can't remember the name of the soiree color fixer now.
It is Shinju.
Shinju, yeah. It's you have to be wary when you have a card like that it will impact future cards that you print that work with it.
Well,
It's the same reason why Sildra eventually got banned as well. Every water card has to then be put through the lens of Sildra. So either you have to take the decision to ban it, or it's going to limit your design space and mean that the cards that you're printing may not end up seeing play because they're not good enough to search with the card like Sildra.
Well, it was that combo we had about Cat 4 for ages with the Unideck. It was like, I'm pretty sure no one ever read the reactivation part of Hooded Man and cared until that deck became a thing.
Yeah, but that's what
It's
happens.
like, oh, this reactivates all my Cat 4 forwards.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you have a format that isn't rotating. You do end up seeing cards that might have a powerful yet niche effect come back in the form of something pretty strong when the right card is printed.
It was like you look at four color wall and like King Tycoon's an Opus 3 card, just because it searches you 2 good targets.
But you print a Lena that's
a backup.
That's a good backup that's searchable, that's cheap enough to play on the same turn, and bang, there you are.
Yeah, anything that says search is always a card worth keeping an eye on.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter how old it is. All right, well, I'll see if we've got enough time for an interview. Otherwise, we'll be back with probably our final game of Game 4, and it might be top table. So see you all shortly. And we are here with the fourth and final game with Paul back on versus Jacob.
Once again, we cannot get these names right. At least the
matchup is right because they're playing the same thing.
Yeah. Versdale Mirror for the final round here, both 3-0.
Apparently Versdale was a good deck. Who knew?
I'm really intrigued to see how this one goes.
I think it's all kind of down to like the RNG. Like obviously every game is, but this one is very much like.
I think both players mulliganing here as well.
Do you have Idolus Versdale in your starting hand, and
what you
how
draw,
good
how
your Arden flip?
Yep, absolutely. There's a lot of variance here.
So Jacob on the play.
Yep, and just going to lead off on a Sidwaff. Not the best in this matchup. There's only I think 3 EX bursts in the deck.
No, but I think getting Ice back up online so you can always play the Ultimecia when you draw it is never something to be... And the Versdale, to be fair, I think never underestimated.
At least having a backup is certainly better than absolutely nothing. We're going to see if Paul has a little bit more explosive start.
There is an Idolus in his hand.
Yeah, there we go.
Is it targeting the Versdale?
He's going to go for the Cindy first. Okay. Go find the Versdale.
And then we're discarding
and
for
I think we're going to go... Wouldn't be surprised if we go all in. He can also get the water CP. Yeah, there it is with the Luna Freya.
Yeah, there's a good amount of 15 in this because obviously you've got like Luna Freya's in there. You've also got Ignis is in there and things like that. So like there's enough search targets.
It feels like there shouldn't be quite as much considering the kind of play pattern of the deck. But you are right. There's a lot of 15 in the deck. It's almost, I think
it's like 6 characters in there.
Yeah.
So we're reevaluating what we're searching for, but we are getting an Arden.
Yep. And the Luna Freya. Yep. Okay.
So there was an Idolus in hand.
May well be that there's a Versdale in hand, and we could see him go on. He could even really high roll it and go for that turn 1 Arden.
I also think the Cindy does safe forwards, which might also be. Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
Windows Defender, go away.
There's the Idolus.
Targeting the Versdale.
There's no Mist Dragon. Here's the Arden.
Just going we're going
flipping.
We're going to
go all in. Right, this could be interesting. This could be great. It could be a disaster.
Miss.
Okay, we're going to draw 2. And bounce her back up. Okay. Not the highest impacts of Leviathan.
I mean, bouncing the backup, though, is not bad, because it basically means you've skipped Jacob's first turn.
Yeah, and you do still have 2 big things in play.
The 9k reduction does say opponent's forward, right? He doesn't suddenly have to off his own...
No, you don't. It's choose one forward opponent controls. It also means that Fallon is back up to 3 cards as well. So 2 forwards are back up and 3 cards in hand against Jacob's nothing.
But he's paid 2 CP for an empty board.
Right, yeah. Let's see if he's able to put some together here. There's a Regis in hand. There's a Sephiroth. There's the Sid that we know about. I believe there's a Thornton, a big Leviathan, and then I missed the last 2 before we shuffled them away.
He's just not drawing the pop-off cards. Like Versdale is what you really want here.
Yeah, and that is a bit of a problem with the Versdale deck. It's surprisingly consistent, especially now with the new Idolus printing, but there is still that fail rate of just drawing a bunch of big bombs that you really can't deploy.
When everybody saw the Idolus and was like, why is it in water? But it turns out that in water
there we are. There's just the backup and pass.
We're going to pay 4 CP for a Sid wall. A rough 2 turns for Jacob.
Yeah, I think he's just going to have to try and sculpt the hand a little bit more here.
So he's got a Thornton in hand. I'm surprised
I think he's got an Idolus there as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, Versdale seems to be pretty popular here.
People love
people
it.
seem to like it.
People love it. And there's one of the Versdales going. He would have drawn next turn.
Yeah, but yes, this is top table category. That's why we inevitably got the mirror.
Yeah, the 100% of Versdale players in the room are 3-0.
So have you given this deck a go yet?
Have I given this deck a go? I have it built. It's on a shelf in my office. I'm not a big fan of the kind of see what's on, flip the top card of the deck. That's not me disputing its power. I think it's, as we see both here.
It's definitely one of the most consistent ones, I think.
I think it's the current build of it is definitely a lot more consistent than some of the others. Ooh, Zodiac, one of the newer cards as well, printed. Only one of, but I think it's not something you want to be seeing when you're behind. It plays very well from ahead here, especially if you've got some cheap trash like Leo that you can strip away to break an important card. Jacob's
it's the double. It clocked on me earlier. It's the double removal.
And, Jacob looking like he was going just have to go into a Thornton there, but he's reconsidering.
Were you just afraid of you can't play break zone cards anymore? Like you cannot Idolus into Versdale because that Zodiac just goes.
Yeah, there's some tough situations here, and I think
remove your break zone.
there is a reasonable chance that Jacob just has to hope to go all in and just pay 9 for a Leviathan, bounce a bunch of stuff, and try and take the pressure off. But what it does mean is that Leviathan is just going to get eaten by
Yeah, so it will bounce, but it will never get the 9k reductions.
Exactly, yeah.
And your own Leviathan gets the the responses to the bounces, doesn't it?
Exactly.
And I think that was partly why Paul played the Leo there, just so you've got a nice little
Absolutely, yeah.
cheek forward to.
You know,
yum,
it
yum.
wouldn't be the end of the world having to get rid of the Arden. It means it can set you up for another one if you really want to later down the line. But yeah, you're pretty happy to draw a card off Leo, then bin it to eat something and set the card in the hand.
And the Larsa is only when it goes to break zone and not just when it leaves the field.
I believe so, yeah.
If you could bounce it back to your own hand and then draw cards off of it, man.
Yeah, but again, it's another deck that we've seen today that's playing some cards from the past that we haven't seen a lot of.
Yeah, that Larsa's what, like Opus 6?
I think it's Opus 6 starter.
Yeah,
so this card is, you know,
I've been having a lot of looks at Cactuars cards recently. This one here.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, Opus 5.
Oh, excuse me, Opus 5.
Yeah, man, that is an old card. And then he's got the best job in the world.
Fourth born son of the Emperor. Right, Jacob's going to go look in the deck. He's played a Thornton, but he's going to have to find something pretty high impact here.
Yeah, I suppose Dragoons is a decent answer to Ristel because Freya just clears the board.
Yeah, so the advantage that Jacob does have here is he does have cards in hand compared to Paul. So he knows what he's up against.
Yeah,
without sounding super obvious. It means that, you know, the danger's already out in the open.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Paul will struggle to play off of one backup and 3 in hand.
And he's likely not dead. I don't think there's any other haste apart from the Zodiac in the deck.
I think that's the only haster.
Yeah, so he's not going to be dead this turn, but he is going to be likely on damage 6. Ooh, Tyro.
One of the X-bursts.
That's about as good as it gets, really.
When's that card ever going to go away, Tyro? It's going to stick around till the end of time.
Yeah, it's just a mainstay of the game at this point. For something, you know, for an innocuous rare from Opus 11.
So Jacob going to be going in on his own Arden, I think, in his next turn.
I think this is really the crunch time for Jacob now. He's got to put something together and hope that top of the deck.
It's another EX burst. I hit 2 of his 6 earlier.
Sure.
In a test game.
Oh my goodness.
He did. He's hit 2.
Goodness.
Oh,
wow.
We are never ever punished in this
Incredible.
game. What would you like? How many cards? I would like 9 cards in my hand.
I would like
to
sculpt the perfect Vishdale hand, please. I'm interested to see what he gets here because we know he's got the Vishdale.
I bet Paul's wishing he played his own Sid Waff.
Well, yeah. So I think, he could just be going for a bit more velocity with a backup that can draw essentially 3 cards with the Arden that we know he's got.
He can't do an Idolus because that Zodiac's just going to go, I'm going to eat your break zone. So he has to play it all from hand.
Oh, cards going everywhere. Yeah, you're right. We'll see what happens next.
Did you ever see the Pokemon issue at the Worlds?
Where
he shuffled his deck, gave it to his opponent, who shuffled and accidentally flipped one of the cards upside down.
Oh dear.
So they gave it back. They had to do a reveal 3, reveal 2, and then there was an upside down card. It was like, how the hell has this happened? It was paused for like 20 minutes while they sorted it out.
Right. Paul's leaving that Zodiac up. Wise.
Got to, yeah.
Yeah. Keep that break zone on lock.
But
Jacob's got
so much CP to play with.
Grip of cards here. See
just
what he's going to do.
Larsa draw 2 and then Arden. I don't know if he's got 5 CP in hand.
He doesn't know. I think I just see the 1 Arden.
So you really need to draw 2 because if you can Renoa as well.
Yeah.
Like
so he's
good stuff you've hit.
okay.
Discarding the Arden.
Interesting.
Just go all in on the 9-drop left. Well, again, it won't see the bounces.
Okay, so here's Idolus. He might be setting up,
forcing out the
and
Zodiac Doll now
because he's still got that Vishdale in hand. So he might be trying to target. Yeah, target the Arden now, force the Zodiac, and then go in with the Regis and Vishdale.
Do you let this happen and hold it for anything else?
Well, it's a little bit of a gamble. If you let it happen, then Jacob draws 2 cards. Yeah, he's not going to let it happen. He would draw 2 cards, then flip and possibly hit the nuts.
Because what else does it? It just removes opponent's break zone and then you draw a card.
I don't think Jacob's got enough cards. He's just going to play the Vishdale.
Really need to hit well here.
Yeah, but don't know what.
But there's nothing that's going to be enough.
Well, the difficulty is that everything costs 5 or more.
Yeah,
So
and you're
you're only
completely
drawing
tapped
3,
out.
so you can get 3 cards, but they're not going to be doing anything here.
You could Surges now to freeze the Zodiac. It's probably the only other play.
No, he's just going to scoop
Sure.
him up. Paul's going to take it here with the
That is a reasonably sized hand, and he's going to be drawing 2 more.
Yeah.
He's
that.
probably got it there.
And it kind of shows almost the two sides of... I know we didn't have an early Vistale from Paul, but we did have pretty big...
Everything else.
pretty big turn 1 compared
Yeah.
to Jacob's. More of the fail rate of the deck. And I think, maybe had Jacob been playing against a little bit more of a slower deck, could have been fine there. But when
you look at that and it's like, oh, what did you hit? A 9-drop level when you only had a backup out. But it meant that Jacob lost an entire turn.
But the other thing is just that having that Zodiac around.
Yeah. It's a good card when you don't have to pay for it.
Well, it's also just the fact that it has... It's a modal card. It has both removal and break zone interaction against a deck that's trying to fish out cards in the break zone that also cost a lot.
Yeah.
So whether or not Jacob, maybe I'm not sure if he miscalculated or he's with the pop there, because you have to play through it. There's no, I don't think there was any way of Jacob being able to get through that.
Yeah, I think it's potentially
you'd have to attempt to dull and freeze it first, force an activation, and then have enough resources after that to
which
not only resolve your effect but also hit well enough that you're going to be able to manage what Paul's got in play then as well.
Even if you Surges to do it, it's probably just going to eat your break zone in response.
Absolutely,
because that's the safest thing to do.
Yeah, I think they're probably comparing decks here because, well, I think there's a lot of there's going to be a lot of similar cards in.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of like flex
couple
slots,
of tech slots,
that like that Shadow Lord that Jacob's got there.
Because I really thought this was going to come down to basically who hit the Ultimecia.
Yeah, we did see
that
Ultimecia.
Completely shuts down. Yeah. If you hit all their backups and that, it's just I'm losing an entire turn.
The other thing to remember is that Paul did go all in on that Ardent.
Turn 1.
Had he missed on that and not hit the early pressure, or if he'd hit, his own Sid Waff or something, maybe we'd have more of a game there.
Yeah.
So.
It's the high roll.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do.
It's a high roll deck that has enough consistency, enough high power plays that even outside of its very worst case scenario, just missing completely.
Now we get to watch Paul scroll through his Facebook.
Yeah, let's get off this.
Just jump quickly to us before he shows something that maybe shouldn't be on.
Yeah, we'll err on the side of caution there. But there we have it. So that's 4 rounds there. Yeah,
we'll see if Paul wants to do a quick interview, and then after that we'll do a wrap-up.
We've had some interesting decks today. We've had some on-meta, some off-meta, a Vistale Mirror in the finals. So
can't complain
little bit
about
of
that.
everything there.
I want to show my Sky Pirates off. Not been able to do that yet. No one else plays it
Maybe
here.
next week.
Yeah, I need to get back into playing a little bit.
Yeah, well, that's
Euros
the thing. Euros is fast approaching. I know a lot of us here have got at least one deck locked, but
yeah, there's 5, 6 of us going now.
A few of us going, which is nice.
Us 2, Kiddy, Connor, Mason.
Yep.
And then a bunch of the Bridgen lot are coming as well.
Coming as well. So, yeah. So I think we're going to have to get into the lab pretty soon and work out.
A lot of stress testing.
Exactly.
A lot of stress testing.
Absolutely.
All right, well, I'll go and see if Paul wants to join us for a quick interview, and otherwise we'll be back shortly. And here I am with the winner of that round, going 4-0 today.
Very rare day for me.
Beating the mirror match to prove that your Verstel deck was better, apparently.
Let's
you flipped better.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we had the conversation of at the beginning. Is like, right, this is who flips better first.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it for this game. I mean, seeing Zodiac was very, like, a nice treat. I was like, oh, cool, that just disables everything.
Well, it was quite funny because we saw you hit, like, 9-drop Lev off the Arden turn 1. It was like, well, it's not a massive impact, but you've also made Jacob pay 2 CP for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the best flip in the world, but I mean, it did.
It just set him back a turn,
something. Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, it's not much to say about that game. Let's be real. I mean, it was just who got lucky first. I mean,
well, it's how efficient that deck is, because you can play out two forwards and 2 backups in a turn, and then still go, I've got 3 in hand.
Yeah,
it's just the cost efficiency of that deck is crazy.
That's it. I mean, my only kind of real choice that game was like, right, I could go Arden, or I could go Versatile.
Yeah.
Off the Iodolus turn 1, and I figured.
The Arden puts things on board.
Arden puts things on board, yeah, and because I was ripping my only 2 other cards, it was very unlikely to be a name clash. It wouldn't be a name clash.
If it's turn 1, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, I mean, Arden also says other than Arden,
himself,
so in my previous game, I did flip 2 Arden before flipping any other things. I was like, well, that's
good thing
lucky.
He says other than Arden.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But
also, can you imagine if it didn't, and you've got 4 backups out, and the Arden dies on the stat, you're just like, I'll play 2 Ardens, sack it off, and top 4 for cards.
One day
I'm going to see the double
we need to
play
get that.
I've just not managed to see it yet.
Yeah.
But no, it was an interesting game. It was different seeing like the different types of cards that came out, because obviously you didn't go into the Verstale side, whereas Jacob didn't go into the Arden side.
Yeah.
Seeing the utility the deck has other than that, but Zodiac definitely proving to be the key piece there.
Oh,
it can answer
100%.
It can kind of answer the opponents either way, because if they want to go break zone, just remove it, and if they want to play like a 9-drop Lev, you go, well, it's not going to see the bounces.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I felt, again, it's luck of the draw with Arden, and Versatile and whoever you see, but seeing that, it was just pretty much sealed from there. And
a nice Leo to eat.
Yeah. I mean, if in doubt, Leo, right? That's the.
I'd like a cheap body that draws me a card that I then eat to deal with your break zone.
Yeah.
But no, that was a good showing there.
Well, thank you very much.
Good fun to see. You're going to stick with the Versatile deck?
I think for the rest of what's left of this format, yeah. I mean, it's fun. I mean, I'm still trying other things. I mean, I might even try and qualify for Euro still. Who knows?
Yeah, you got a couple of last chance qualifier.
Like 3. There's like 3 events in the UK. Is Liverpool, Dundee, York.
That? Fly.
Yeah, fly again. Fly to Scotland again. Yeah, sure.
How did you do at Scotland? Was it 3-3?
Yeah, 3-3. Very close game. Very good game against Callum Hackett on the stream at the end. I mean, if there was anyone in the room who I didn't want to play with the Versatile deck, it's Callum Hackett, because that's Alex Hancock's training partner, and he's the one who's going to know how to deal with the deck the best. And he did it. He did a great job, And no, it was a great time. Had a all the travelling for me.
Well, hopefully you can manage to snag an invite. And
I mean, today's filled me a little bit. Yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, today's filled me with a little confidence.
There you go. Just going to rock up to an event with a Versatile deck and go, I high rolled to victory.
Who knows? I'll flip a coin and see if I qualify for Euros, basically.
Fair play.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for having me.
Well, I will be back shortly, either with a wrap-up, or I might see if we can grab Connor on to have a bit of a chat about his experience.
Yeah, that was really cool that Connor got it. He's deserved a win for a big win like this for a long time.
See you all shortly. Well, here I am, joined by Connor. I didn't manage to get you on earlier because you lost your game.
Yeah, misplayed a few times.
But congratulations on your first place at the Scotland Materia Cup
Thank
in
you.
Glasgow.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts about it? You want to give us a rundown?
Ah.
Admittedly, I was there with you, but for
Yeah.
everybody else.
Sure. It was. If I do my matchups first, playing icons. Round 1 Mono Earth, round 2 Mono Earth, 3 icons, 4 Cat 13, Warriors, and then Mono Wind, and then top cut was Fire Highlander.
Oh, what deck?
Yeah. Then that was Mono Earth Tush, Mono Wind Sasha, John Mono Earth.
Home. Yep.
Yeah, I think I just when we were doing the match layouts after day 1, I was just looking and kind of guesstimating what decks would win. It just looked favourably towards me,
Sure.
I think.
We admittedly, thankfully, didn't have to play.
Yeah, I think there's only 2 decks that I didn't want to play, and that
Mm.
was yours, because if I'm not fast enough, Sky Pirates just say I can't do anything.
Yeah.
And then Monsters, and I didn't end up playing Monsters. So
Yeah, the Monsters was on the same side as me, and
Yeah.
then immediately got taken out, I think, by Jonathan Ho's Mono Earth.
yeah, I think there were 2 Monsters.
I think there was
I wanna
2, but I don't know if they were both Firewater.
say. One was Hippo,
Oh, sure.
but yeah,
Yeah, that wasn't the one I played against.
yeah. I think from what we guesstimated after day 1, pretty much matched what we all thought. The only oddball was
The
Knights.
Highland.
No, it was Knights losing to
Oh,
Mono
Mono
Wind.
Water,
Mono
yeah,
Wind.
yeah. Was it Mono Wind?
Mono Wind
Oh, sure,
in
sure, yeah,
top
yeah.
8.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that would happen or could happen. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I was favoured into both.
It's a good deck. Well practiced around here, at least.
Yeah, we seem to like it here. I haven't seen it anywhere else, so maybe.
What was
I'll-
the other Icons deck that was there then? Because I didn't see.
No, that was identical. That was Owen's.
Oh, sure.
So Owen just took James's list and carried on with it.
Oh, okay.
I changed one whole card, so I take.
You changed another one now.
Oh,
for Laswell then.
yeah, 2 whole cards now. But yeah, it was pretty good. I don't know.
You get,
Can't say anything else. Everything seemed to work out. I seemed to draw things in the right order.
you get a trip to Worlds now.
Yeah.
You've got but that's going to be on a brand new set, I believe. That should be when
Yeah, I think it
27
is.
out.
And it's not going to be long into the new set.
It'll be the
so.
first event, I think, on the new set.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it'll be fine. We got Euros before that. You can win yourself a paid trip to Worlds instead.
Yeah, that's the idea. We'll
It's
see.
a lot of rain. I don't know if you guys can all hear that.
Oh, I thought that was background noise.
No, that's the rain.
Bloody hell.
That's the rain on the metal roof that we have.
But yeah, I'll definitely be going to Milan, if nothing else, just to see everyone.
Yeah, it should be a fun trip over there. I'm hoping to do well.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about I think there's about 7 of us going.
Yeah,
now.
7
We've
of
got
us,
quite
I
a good
think it
group
is.
that have qualified through
So
varying events.
Yeah, decent group. We just need to get on and actually pay for accommodations and flights
Yeah,
before
book
it
it
gets
all.
expensive.
Well, I've sorted my 2 decks, I think. Although the starter decks may shift that a little bit because they are coming out
Yeah.
between now and Euros.
Yeah, I think weekend was good. Accommodation and
We had
travel
many
issues
accommodation
aside.
issues.
Yeah.
We got trapped without a hotel for a little while.
Yeah, standing outside our would-be hotel at 11:15 at midnight
Going,
day
they're not
before.
answering the phone. Where do we go?
But yeah,
But yeah, despite all of the hiccups, it completely worked out for you.
Yeah.
You had a good time there.
yeah. Mason, it was like 2:00 in the morning when we finally got back on after day 1. Basically said, "You better bloody win, otherwise none of this is worth it." So many things went wrong for
this
him.
holiday or this trip up has been rubbish if you don't win.
Yeah,
But no, you did, and that's the main thing. It went completely well, and proving the deck and yourself that you can do that and go there.
yeah. I'm just
Happy.
Yeah, I can't say anything else.
Can't
Yeah.
express it well enough.
Yeah, my goal this year was just to make Euros again. Hopefully
Sure.
top cut it, but
Well,
yeah.
you've done way better than that.
Yeah.
You've got to teach
so,
everybody else how to do that now.
just shuffle good,
Yeah, apparently.
draw well.
Well,
Luck out.
I'm yet to watch the stream game you had with Jonathan Hoback.
Uh,
But I'm slowly getting my way through all of the games.
I've watched it about 10 times now.
Oh, sure.
It just didn't sink in until a long time in.
I won that game. I did. I did win that game.
Oh, I just kicked a wire.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if there was anything else I did wrong, but I think cards aligned and it just worked out.
I know the people like Mason was watching live and stuff like that. Was like, he's just got the dream hand. He's got everything. He's got this
Yeah,
turn.
I opened Jill game 2 and I think I saw Jill like turn 2 of game
Yeah.
1. It was
It's a good answer to them ramping back up something.
yeah, it was Jill was the MVP for Top Cut. No question about that.
Still just priming into the new Shiva.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely taking out one of the 7 Shiva.
Okay.
It's not necessary, but I think two new Shiva is correct.
It's a good card. I liked her as soon as I read her. It was,
Yeah,
pretty
freeze everything, turn
Yeah.
skip. It's a solid card.
especially if I've got Torgal, so it's not actually costing me that much to do so.
That is a thing. Although I know people don't care much for the new Jill, but new Jill has won me. I think it was at least 2 games on the weekend.
Sure. I like having the utility of both. They both have
Yeah,
their
just-
good aspects.
I think at one point I dealt 6 forwards per game or something with that Jill.
All my Ifrits and Shivas are gone, so
Yeah.
no board, please.
Yeah, it was. I think at top there, I was like damage 6, 2 forwards left, top deck Jill with 2 backups. I was like,
This is what I need.
Dull your
Perfect.
6 blockers per game.
Fair enough. Well, thanks for joining us. And no
Yeah,
doubt we'll get
thank
you
you.
to chat about this more and more. As
I
the
will
weeks go by.
absolutely talk more about this. I'd love talking about winning.
But yeah, I will catch you back here shortly with Alex so that we can do a quick wrap up and we'll finish it all there. See you all shortly.
See you guys.
And quickly after my conversation with Connor, I'm back with Alex for us to wrap up the day. So any standout matchups for you?
Oh, I really enjoyed Flans versus Cadets, man. that was the one for me.
Seeing the rogue decks.
Yeah,
seeing the rogue decks
it's
play
always
against each other.
exciting to see that, you know.
Yeah, it's that thing. I always wish we could see more decks like that, and I guess we do in the off season.
Yeah, it's a little harder to keep up with them in the competitive season, especially with Euros coming up. But when they do make their appearance, I think it makes it just that little bit more interesting.
I'm still jealous that I didn't get to see the Highlander deck on stream that was at
Yeah.
Scotland because that
Yeah.
did top cut,
I was
and I
very happy
really
hearing
wanted to
about
see
that. Yeah, very happy to hear that.
There were just so many people that were like, he discarded Ami, so he must have another Ami in hand. It's like,
Yeah.
well, little do you know, there's only one of them in the deck. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Hope you all had a good time watching. It was definitely another fun week for us.
Yeah, some interesting decks, some interesting matchups. Congrats again to Connor, obviously.
Yeah, coming first at Scotland.
Yeah,
he's
smashed
never going to let us live that down until somebody else replicates it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
We got to all do well at Euros now to go along with him.
Exactly.
So he's not there by himself. But otherwise, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. As the classic, I will cover for Fish because he's not here. So Cactumania happening the same weekend as Worlds, so Connor's not going to be here. Boo. He's going to be in Japan instead, Mr. Big Shot.
Is he missing
So,
Cactuars?
yeah, so 6th and 7th of December, 7th and 8th of December, whatever that weekend is, we're going to be here. It will be Fish streaming in a wrestling outfit, and then Jacko or me streaming, whoever's available. I will not be in a wrestling outfit, no matter what Fish keeps saying.
We'll talk about that.
No,
off stream,
I'm not. I'm not going to be in a wrestling outfit. And otherwise, check out our socials down below and our affiliate link for Firestorm. As is always, you can get everything from here for hobbying and wargaming. It doesn't only have to be cards. They stock everything: Magic, Final Fantasy, all the way to Warhammer, Star Wars Legion, things like that. So please do it. If you've got anything you want to buy, it helps out the channel, helps us keep running this. So feel free. And yeah, Cactumania will be the same date as Worlds again. That's I think the weekend that we found it to be best and when people are around. And it means you can copy that Worlds deck that was going on at midnight and take it to Cactumania the first things in the morning. We were like, Fish is going to be streaming both. He's going to be awake all night doing Worlds, clock off for a couple of hours, and then be like, right, I've got Cactumania to do now.
Get the coffee on. We've got Cactumania to do.
But otherwise, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and we should be back next week for another stream. I'm not sure who it'll be. We're going to be changing up, I think, a little bit. But otherwise, see you all then. Goodbye.
Bye.